Hello, welcome back to another episode of Ring Vinny, the Entrepreneur Show. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the state of the U.S. economy. On the week ending July 4th this year, we have an additional of 1.3 million unemployment claim to the economy. That would bring us to the total of about 19 million unemployment claims so far. The unemployment rate was at 14%, but it had dropped down to 11%. But does that mean the economy is getting better? I don't think so, and here's the reason why. The government give employers checks, the stimulus check or help or bonus, whatever you call them. The governments give these employers money to hire their employees back. So those employers have to hire their employees back, or else they have to give back those money. So it wasn't that the economy is getting better. It wasn't because their business is getting better. It's because they got the money to hire their employees back. That's why the unemployment rate was dropped from 14% to 11% so far in the month of July. Let's talk about something that is on everyone's mind: the second stimulus check. Mitch McConnell, the Kentucky senator, the majority Republican senators, stated that he will meet with his Republican colleague this coming Monday to discuss the stimulus check plans, and then he will release that information to the American public. We don't know what that's going to be like yet, but let's have a recap of what the first stimulus check looked like. The last stimulus check, if you are single and if you're making $75,000 per year or less, you would have gotten $1,200 check. And if you are married and file jointly, and your joint income is $150,000 or less, you would have got a total amount, which means for the husband and wife, you would have $2,400, and if you are married with 2 kids, you have got a check for $4,800. We don't know what's the second stimulus check is going to look like yet, but hopefully it will be at least as much as the first stimulus check or more. But personally, I don't think so. I think it will be less, but I'm just guessing. Let's wait and see. If you have 11% of the U.S. unemployment, that's come out to about 40 million people unemployed. On Zero Hedge, this week they are predicting that 28 million Americans will be evicted from their homes or their apartments after the stimulus check run out. Once the government stops sending out these stimulus checks, people is not going to have any money to pay their rent or pay their mortgage. I don't like to be a doomsday sayer or a Debbie Downer type, but the bad time is coming. We must brace for the impact of the U.S. economic downturn. There's nowhere to go for the U.S. economy. It's not going to be a V-shaped recovery. It's not going to be a U-shape. It's probably going to be a very long L shape. It goes straight down, then steady up like this. It could be a very, very long time. So what do? Well, you do the same things you always do. We've seen these pictures before. It's nothing new. Things go down, things go up, things go down, things go up again, things go down again, and eventually it's go back up again. This is nothing new. We don't have to be afraid. We don't have to be scared. So what do? Well, you can create your own companies. You can start your own company. You can become a YouTuber. You can become a self-employment person. I don't recommend you become a self-proprietary or working for yourself unless you incorporate. You have to protect yourself. But I wouldn't put any money in stock right now. Personally, I would not do that because stock is at its highest right now. Is at the it's almost at the top as it's ever been. Tesla stock came out today as $1,500 per share when nobody is buying Tesla right now. It's not that people don't like Tesla. I like Tesla. Tesla's a great car. But nobody's buying because 40 million Americans are out of work. And gas is so cheap right now. Why would you want to buy a Tesla when gas is so cheap? So why is Tesla stock at $1,500 per share? S&P index gone up to $3,300 per share today, and the Dow Jones has gone up to $2,600 per share. It's almost at its highest ever. It came down a little bit in March, in the middle of March, within the last flash crash, and it's gone back up to almost its highest point for no apparent reasons. When COVID-19 is here, people is losing their job, nobody's making any money, yet these stocks price will go straight up. You know why? I bet you know why. The fake economy, the US government is printing money, giving to these hedge funds, and they have to invest somewhere. So they buy up all these stocks to keep the stock price up. So don't let all those numbers fool you. But you already know that. I don't have to tell you that. So what do? Well, one thing you can do is you can start buying precious metal, especially gold and silver. I would say silver is probably the best bet right now because the ratio between gold and silver is so good. You can buy 100 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold. Gold is the ultimate money, the pure money that everyone's run to during this time, because you can't put your money in stock. You can't put your money into real estate because stock is at this bubble right now. So is real estate. You cannot live in the dollar because the Fed is printing $150 billion per month. That's about $2 trillion per year. And if you go to the grocery store these days, you know how much things cost. Things start go up, right? I mean, you know that. If you go out to a restaurant, you can tell things are getting more and more expensive. That's inflation. And the reason why inflation is because the US government keep printing money out of thin air. And that's why the price is getting so expensive. So experts believe that you should put your money in precious metal. Gold is the ultimate safety net. You know, the real money that's been here since the ancient time, since the Egyptian time. The gold that was here when the Egyptian was here is still here today, and it was used as money then, and it's used as money now. China, Russia, the US is accumulating gold because gold is the ultimate money. They're preparing themselves for this global economic crash. But that's too big to think of. What can you and I do? We can be our own central bank too. We can buy gold and silver, but you can buy both. But I would say silver is the best bet right now. I'm not recommend that you buy it. This is the education entrepreneur show, so you do your own research, you make your own decision. But I got some data to show you that will convince you that silver might be the best bet right now. You buy silver now, and you will you can convert silver to gold once the ratio getting from 100 to 50, and then and then and then you can buy more gold. Personally, for me, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm buying silver, and then I am going to convert that to gold, and then I'm going to buy houses once the this housing bubble crash. One thing I like to let everyone know is that I do not keep any gold and silver in my house. I don't recommend anyone to do that because it can be stolen, and people get robbed, and your house will get robbed all the time. Put it in a private vault that owned by a reputable private vault like Brinks or Ludent. These private vaults are been around for hundreds of years, and they are insured. But do not put your precious metal in the bank. Don't put it in a bank vault, because during the crash, the government can confiscate your gold if it's in a vault, because a bank is part of the government monetary systems. But let me show you some data. What are we looking at right now is the price of gold for the past 100 years. This is inflation adjusted. If I take a look at if I remove the adjusted inflation, you can see the price changes dramatically. But let's return to inflation adjusted for today money. Um, this is the 100-year historical chart for the prices of gold. Let's take a look at the last 5 years. It's gone up from around 1500 to 1800 today in 5 years. And let's take a look at the last 30 years. Around 2000, after the dot-com crash, you can tell people rush into gold to high for safety. And then around 2012, when the economy picked back up, the price of gold dropped, and now it's coming back again. This is the all years chart. In 1980, it was around 2100, 2200 per ounce of gold, and in 2011, it was around 1900, around $2,000 per ounce of gold. And around 2008 is the last crash. In 2000 is a dot-com crash. After the dot-com crash, people know that the next one is coming, and they are rushing into gold for safety. And after 2012, the economy gotten better, and so the price of gold dropped, and now it's gone back to $1,800 per ounce. Let's take a look at silver. The past 5 years, it's fluctuated wildly. In 2015, it was $16 per ounce. Just to let you know, $16 per ounce right here, it was below the cost of mining silver and bring it into the market. They were selling it below cost. Silver is heavily manipulated. Right now, it is at around $20 per ounce. Let's take a look at all years. And once again, this is also inflation adjusted. In 1980, it was $119 per ounce. In 2000, it was $6 per ounce, and after the crash it's gone up again to around $47 per ounce in 2012, and it's dropping down to right now around $18 per ounce. You see the gray line right here? This is the recession. Let me remove the recession to show you. Here's no recession. Let's put the recession back. Each time we have a recession right here, the price of silver increase. A recession here, price of silver increase. And this is the recession in 1990 to 2000. The economy was doing well here, so people was not rushing into silver. You see, silver is the poor man's gold. The people that cannot afford gold, they are buying silver. And right now, it's at $18. $18 right now. And this is the important chart. This is the gold to silver ratio. So right now, it is at 98.9. What this means is you can get 98, or basically 100 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold. In 2011, it was you can get 31 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold. And right now the ratio is so inverted right now. Okay, let's go back to the silver price. I forgot to say something. In 1980, silver was 118. In 2011, it was $56 per ounce, and right now it's at $20 per ounce, around $20 per ounce. Silver is the only commodity in the world that it is cheaper today than it was in 1980. And something else I forgot to mention is that right now, you know, the Fed is printing money, and the stock price, the stock market is at the highest right now. People are afraid to go into the stock market because everyone knows it's a bubble, it's about to crash. And as the Fed prints more and more money, your dollars will become worth less and less. So what do? You can either buy stocks, which as the highest right now, it as the bubble right now. It's going to crash. Everyone's know this, so people are afraid to get into stocks, and people are afraid to believe in dollars because your dollar is worth less and less as the Fed prints more money and inflation is getting higher and higher. I mean, you can tell this by each time you go to the grocery store. You can tell how much things cost at the grocery store, and when you go out to eat, you know how much. And you can tell that the prices at the restaurant are increasing. So I believe what I do is I'm gonna put my money in precious metal. I have some gold, I have some silver. I want to buy gold, but it's better to buy silver right now because the ratio is so high. It's so high right now. What this means is that at some point, the price of silver will increase faster than the price of gold, because when people running to safety and they cannot afford gold, the majority of people will be buying silver. It doesn't take very many to buy. It doesn't take very many people to buy silver for the price of silver to shot straight up. And experts believe that triple-digit silver is in the market. What does triple digit means? Triple digits mean $100 silver. It's absolutely in the card. So if I'm buying silver at $20 per ounce right now, once it gets to $80, $90 per ounce, I will sell that, and then I will buy gold, and then wait for price of gold to increase again. Experts believe that the price of gold is minimum 5,000, might be even 8,000 or $10,000 per ounce, as the economy is getting worse and worse, and the Fed's printing more and more money. So my plan is to put my money in silver. I have gold and silver, but I'm gonna put more into silver, and then at some point, once this ratio right here, it get from made from 100 lower down to around 31 or maybe 40. What that means is the price of silver will be increasing to 80, 90, $100. I will sell that and then buy gold. And it depends on the market at that point whether I should stay in gold or sell gold and start buying houses to rent houses out, because the prediction is the house market will crash. In July this year, July of 2020, there will be 21 million people will be evicted, because after the stimulus check run out, right now there are 12% unemployment, which is equal to around 40 million people unemployed in the US. Once the bank loan cannot be repaid, the one they cannot pay their mortgage, eviction notice will go out. The government will probably stop that. Experts believe that the housing market crash won't be probably until many years from now. So no one's know when, but that's something we are watching very closely. But the only thing we know for sure right now is that the price of silver is so cheap compared to gold, and I will buy silver, then sell silver to convert to gold, and then we'll be buying houses to rent out. But it's all dependent on how the price of silver, gold, and the price of real estate play out in the next 3 to 5 years. Okay, well, these are some data that I'd like to show you. Hopefully this means something to you. I hope you enjoy those data, and hopefully that will help you to make a decision of whether you should own some precious metal or not. I think everybody should own some precious metal. It's a hedge against the market right now. It's a hedge against the dollar, the stock market, but you have to make your own decisions. We don't really know when this market's going to crash. Thank you again for watching the Reng Vinny Show, and I'll see you next time.